So the march to avoid arbitration continues. I wanted to wear Minnesota. We'll discuss Minnesota because they've sewn up Granlund and Niederreiter long term for $11 million combined. That's not bad. I think Michael Granlund at 5.75 is a bigger bargain than Niederreiter at 5.25. But I don't say that to insult Niederreiter. I say it because I think Granlund probably could have got more. This figure tells me that this guy wants to win. And he wants to make sure they can put a team around him that is capable of continuing what they started this year. In an interview today, he sounded very excited about playing in Minnesota, about their opportunity. He said the only thing they've left to do is go further in the playoffs. Agreed. And anybody will say that. Any player playing for any team is going to say, we have a good shot at winning, I like my team, and we're going to be better than last year. There's no such thing as a player who sits there during the summer and says, well, we're going to suck, but at least I'm getting a paycheck. I could see Sean Avery and Jeremy Roenick saying that. I can't think of anybody else saying it. Nobody current. Pesce signs long-term with Carolina for $4.025. Joins Slavin in the long-term deals. My only thing is that both Pesce and Slavin have looked good in limited games. Like they don't have long careers to base the cap total on, but again, that's my age speaking. You don't have to prove yourself over 3 or 4 years now. You just have to have one really good year, contract year, and you get paid out. Even if you're a younger player, you get paid out big time. And in New York, Calvin DeHaan, $3.3 million for Calvin DeHaan. So there's some money out there to be had right now if you're an NHL player. Again, I like what Minnesota did here. And I think, again, to Nashville and Johansson getting $8 million, and I look at Granlund's $5.75 million, and I wonder what all of this means to Draisaitl. And it's started up already. What about Jack Eichel? Eichel wants, and the Sabres want an 8-year deal. I assume Draisaitl wants the same 8-year deal. So is Eichel going to get $8 million per season? Is Draisaitl going to get $8 million per season? That's a minimum. I think Eichel's going to get more. And the funny thing is, most Buffalo fans that I've talked to online have said Eichel is a future franchise player. And he's great, and he's going to be awesome, and he's not as good as Connor McDavid, but he does all the little things well, and he's going to be a great player for them for a very long time. And there's some outside of Buffalo that see that he hasn't proven himself yet. And I don't know how many of these guys have really proven themselves either. The two Minnesota guys, sure. Pesce, I guess. DeHaan, sure. DeHaan's not a big gamble at 3.3. And DeHaan's was only a 1-year deal. So that's a show-me deal. And it's very, very much tradable at the deadline if they're deciding to move on from him. And of course, the big one, the big fish out there is still Tavares. Tavares has stated as recently as yesterday that he wants to remain with the Islanders long term. Again, it is very hard to find a player who, with a year left with his current team, will say, yeah, no, I don't want to be here. So while I don't doubt Tavares genuinely wants to be in New York, I don't take quotes from him on the subject as gospel. And how much is Tavares going to be worth? You got to figure 8 years. And if Kane and Taves are worth 10.5, I would think that's a starting point for Tavares. Tavares has been fantastic for the Islanders. Points-wise, he didn't have a point a game last year, as he's had a couple of times before, but he's still in that Taves-Kane category. Because when he's not scoring, he's still doing other things to help his team win. Reminds me of Bergeron in Boston that way. There's some crazy money that's going to get thrown around. So there still hasn't been any talk of anybody trying to poach Draisaitl, and I think everybody's used up their cap space, so nobody's going to. How long does the Draisaitl thing lag on for? And then the other one I hear questions on is, what about Horvat? Well, if Granlund gets 5.75 and Niederreiter gets 5.25, I would think Horvat's got to be in the 5.25 million region. Has to be. And it would have been a lot less than that if Benning had sat down last summer and hashed out an extension. I think he could have got him down to $3 million for a 4 or 5 year deal last summer. Now, it's $5.25 million. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. Which of these guys is a bigger bargain? And which of the guys that are going to get paid, Tavares, Eichel, Draisaitl, which one's going to be the bigger bust of the three, and which one's going to be the biggest bargain of the three? And how much is Horvat worth? Let me know what you think. Hit like and subscribe if you're browsing your way through, and thank you so much for watching. You guys are the reason I'm here, and I'll talk to you again later.